Hello everyone, and welcome to week number 4 of Leviathan Esports. This is the second of 3 games coming from this week. In the first game, we had the Tide taking on the Fangs, and the Tide were down a player, so they played a 2-on-3, and the Fangs were able to get their first win of the season in 4. And tonight, we will have the Abyss taking on the Surge. We're going to have both full rosters, which is pretty cool to see. Unfortunately, we had to move Tempest and Waves to Monday. Unknown what time that will be, but it will be 2v2 because there's a lot of absences from those two teams that week. So let's get to the standings after that game. So Tempest holding strong, 3-0. Tide fall to 3-1. Waves and Abyss hold their spots at 3rd and 4th. In playoff spots. The Fangs start to jump up to 1-3, and the Surge are also 1-3 because of their bye week win in the tournament. This is a big week for the Abyss. If they lose this game, they will then tie with Fangs at 1-3, and with the goal differential, it most likely looks like Fangs would take a playoff spot. And we will get to the stats. Stats have been pretty consistent. No big jumps. Sync Screen Speed and myself at the top 3. And we will get to the breakdown of the match tonight. We'll have everyone playing. Nate, Hi-Hi, and Infinite will take on Pickle, Knot, and Bass. And nothing of note here. This is a pretty big game for the Surge. They just got a technical win on the bye week, so they want to try to build off that first win that they got on their scorecards and move forward. And that will do it for the breakdown of this week. And we are going to start with the match. I will make sure all the players are set up, and we will be back shortly. And it looks like both teams are good to go. So we are going to get started. Game number 1, Abyss versus Surge. And Nate with an early goal to start for the Abyss off a kickoff. 1-0 Abyss. Clean win on by Hi-Hi, and Nate just executes a perfect kickoff goal to get an early lead for the Abyss. 4:57. Hi-Hi ties kickoff with Knot. Pickle goes up the right wall. Gonna try to pass mid. No one there. Hi-Hi booms it down the field. That's gonna hit off the backboard straight down. And that's cleared by Knot. Infinite able to get a touch. Saved by Pickle. That's still mid. Knot's able to clear to the left corner. Nate's gonna keep pressure. Tries to pass it to Hi-Hi. 50 by Bass. That goes to Pickle. Pickle 50s. Here's Bass with the shot. That goes wide right. Here's Nate, no boost, versus Pickle, full boost. Pickle, able to get a touch past Nate. Steals the boost from him. Hi is beat as well. Pass mid. A demo by Pickle, and Bass with the shot low. Saved by Hi. Pickle pinches it. It goes right to Infinite. Infinite's going to boom it downfield. It's going to hit off left corner. Could be a pass mid for the Abyss. Not with the whiff. The shot from Hi, and that's a goal for the Abyss. Hi makes it a 2-0 game. 4:04 left. Not able to read that touch off the wall, and Hi takes advantage of it. We have a 2-0 game early. Abyss trying to keep themselves in a playoff spot. Surge trying to fight for one themselves. Pickle pops it over. Hi booms it into Surge's zone. Pickle plays it off the corner. Pickle going to try to follow. That's a weird pinch. Not's going to react and can't react in time. A weird pinch for the Abyss goes their way, and Nate makes it 3-0. Tough pinch on Pickle, and Not just can't react in time. 3:51. Good start for the Abyss, trying to keep this up. Infinite wins kickoff, but gets demoed by Pickle. Not. Pass back to Bass. Bass hits it off the left wall. Here's Nate. Beating one. Pickle. No boost. Tries to get a read. Nate passes mid. Hi's up. Hi hits it off the backboard. Anyone home for a double? Saved by Bass. Unbelievable save. And the shot from Hi is bottom right corner, and the Abyss takes a 4-0 lead. Good pressure by the Abyss. Keep it in after a great save from Bass. Bass just not able to do it twice. Hi places it bottom right. 4-0 game. 3:27. Great start for the Abyss. Surge just trying to find their footing. Bass can't read it off the wall. Hi pops it over. Not touches it back to his own net. Bass is able to clear. Not is able to grab boost. Not with a good flick. That's a good pass. Bass with the shot. Saved by Hi. Good play offensively for the Surge there. They got to build on that. Here's Nate. It's beat by Bass. Bass is going to try to follow. Bass is going to try to pass mid off the corner. Shot faked. Not with the shot. Saved by Nate. It hit off the crossbar. Nate was able to pinch it out. Hi. Hits it off the left wall. Nate touches down. Bass able to get a touch. Hi. Pass mid. Anyone home? No. Not. He's going to stay on it. Keep it close. Not. Can't get the 50. Nate beats him. Pickle. Hits it off the corner. Here's Bass. A little double commit from the Surge, but they recover nicely. Pickle booms it downfield into Abyss zone. 2:19 left. 4-0 game in game number 1. Not hits it off the corner. Nate's up. Gets a soft touch that goes right to Not. Pickle. 50s Hi. Not a lot of defense back for Abyss right now. Nate whiffs that. Pickle with the shot. That goes wide, and Not can't tap it in. Just didn't get the angle. Pickle keeps it. Pickle side flips, trying to go for a fast aerial, just couldn't get up. Not 50s. Bass hits it off the corner. Cleared by Hi. Pickle gets bumped by Nate, a smart bump. Not 50s. Bass tries to read it off the corner. Passes it mid. No one home there. Bass just 50s it up in the air. Here's Nate with the shot. Power shot goes off the backboard. Gonna try to pinch. Nothing there. Hi. Hits it mid. And Pickle tries to clear. Minute 19 left. Both teams seem to have settled in a bit. Defensively, at least. Here's Hi. Pops it over 2. Nate's going to try to take advantage of numbers, but Pickle with a good demo on the backside. Here's Bass. Can't get a 50. Minute left in game number 1. Not. Pops it straight mid. Bass is up. Is able to clear. Here's Nate off the left corner. Pickle. Can't get a read. Not. Flicks it over 1. Not. Flicks it over 2. Here's a chance for the Surge. Trying to get some momentum before going into game 2. Pickle. Pops it up. Hi. Able to clear. Not. Bumps him into a hit. Infinite tries to pop it over Bass. Bass gets a clear to the corner. Good composure from Bass on a tough read. Nate, backwards, is able to hit it over one. Not able to clear. Infinite pinches it. Mid. No one there. Bass able to clear it to the Abyss zone. Pickle. Pass mid. Bass is up. Bass can't get a clean angle. A double commit by Surge. Triple commit by Surge to end the game. And Bass tries to keep it up and is not able to. Game number 1 goes to the Abyss. 4-0 win in game 1. This is not the start you're looking for if you were the Surge. You just got that bye week win. A big win for them. To put them 1-3. Now they're one game out of a playoff spot. And they unfortunately just started cold on offense. They started to pick up the defense at the end. But just couldn't find that offense. Let's see if they find it in game 2. Abyss up 1. Trying to keep their playoff spot. Pickle to the corner. Here's Nate. Pops it over 1. No one able to get a clean shot. Nate off the post. Bumping Bass. Surge are getting assaulted by Nate right now. Nate with the shot. That goes off the crossbar. No one there for the rebound. Hi tries to keep it. Bass, low boosted net. Another double commit from Surge. They've been double committing this entire series. They've got to find their footing. Here's Bass. Pops it over 1. Here's Hi keeping it. Pickle. Hits it over Nate. A little double commit from Abyss. Can they recover? Not. Tries to keep it in. Infinite tries to clear. That goes to Bass. Shot saved by Nate. What a read. Here's Not. Keeps it in. Infinite. Tries to beat 1. Isn't able to. Pickle's there. Bass. Here's Pickle. Doesn't get a clean touch. Here's Hi. Gets past Nate. Hi with the shot. And Hi is going to get the first goal of game 2. Another early lead for the Abyss. Not with an unfortunate touch. And then Pickle just can't read it. He was just trying to play the 50. But Hi didn't have any boost to 50 him with. So he just dribbled it in. 351. Not. Pops up. Plays it off the right wall. Pickle. The good touch. Trying to take advantage. Tries to pass mid. Nate's there to clear. Here's Bass. To Not. Not. Tries to play it off the corner. Hi. Tries to clear. It's kept in by Surge momentarily. Here's Hi. Good flick over 2. But a save by Not. Pickle touches back to Not. Not can't read it. Bass pinches it. Trying to pass mid. Nate's there to clear. Pinches straight up. Hi. Demos on Pickle. Infinite tries to keep it alive. Bass with the shot that goes off the right post. Here's Nate. Goes straight down. 3 minutes left. 1-0 game. Abyss have the lead. 1-0 in the series. Not. Touches back to Pickle, who's low boost. Just booms it down the field. Infinite gets a save for that. Here's Hi. Pinches it out. Bass can't get a clean read. Just taking his time. Hits it off the corner. A good pass to Not. Not hits it off the wall. Gonna try to follow. Can't read it. Bass with the 50, and that's blocked. Here's Pickle. 50's Nate. Bass hits it off the wall. Beats Nate. Bass with the shot. Clean shot from Bass. Tie game with 2:29 left. Beats 1. Gets in the air. Beats Infinite. And Hi just backflips as the last one back. Not able to do anything with it. 1-1 game. 2:29 left. Kickoff won by the Surge. Here's Pickle. Going off the right corner. Demos 1. And Pickle with an open net at the moment, but Hi is able to recover and make a save. Here's Nate. Tries to pop over 1. Bass, the Pickle with a double commit there. Miscommunication from the Surge once again. Here's Not. Touches it down. Nate booms it. That's going to be a tough play to read. Nate with the double off the crossbar. Doesn't get the bounce. That could have made it 2-1. Nate with another chance. Tries to catch it. That's red. Bass passes mid to Not with the shot. That's on net. That's just going to trickle in. And the Surge take the first lead of the series. A great pass by Bass, who's making himself known in these first 2 weeks that he's been on this team. A goal and an assist in an important game number 2 for the Surge. Minute 43. Surge up 1. Down 1-0 in the series. Bass with an amazing save off kickoff. Here's Pickle, low boost, able to clear it. Not's gonna follow. 50'd high. Here's Nate, catches, not able to do much with it. Pops it over 2. Here's the double for Nate. Nate not able to read it. Infinite with the shot, saved by Bass once again. Bass pops it mid. He's gonna try to follow. Beats 1. Nate keeps it in. Here's Infinite power shot that goes off the crossbar. Nate tries to double, can't get the angle. Pickle's gonna try to clear. Pressure on the Surge. Not is able to keep it out momentarily. Great save by Not. Not's able to clear. High tries to keep it in Surge's zone. Infinite trying to cut around. Nate tries to 50 Pickle. Pickle gets around 1. Bass with the shot off the left wall. Rebound Not off the crossbar on a wide open net. A great opportunity for the Surge to put a dagger in game 2. Not can't finish it. 30 seconds left. Abyss have some life with that miss. Trying to take advantage of it. Pickle gets around 1. Popped up mid. Great pass by Not. Is Bass home with the shot. Pinches it. And Not trying to get revenge. Saved by Nate. High is an open net at the moment. Bass able to recover really quickly. 10 seconds left. Can the Surge hold on to take game 2 and make it a 1-1 series? High tries to keep it alive. That's cleared. Nate with 0 seconds pops it straight up. High gonna try to keep this up. Bass trying to bury it. Not able to. Not can't keep it up, and that is game. Surge take game number 2. Huge win for them. Surge. Wait. Are their servers down? Give me 2 seconds, guys. I think this server disconnected. I'll be back in a second.
Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Unsure why there was maintenance needing to be done to the server, but we got a new server now, and we are back for game number 3. Here's High. Tries to boom it downfield. Not on net. Here's Pickle. Gets 50 by Nate. That's a pass mid. Not Bass is able to clear. High keeps it. Not. Pops it over Infinite. Not going to try to follow. Doesn't really have much boost to play with. Fakes the touch. Bass the pass mid to Pickle. Pickle scores. Surge carrying some momentum from game 2. Not didn't really have boost, so he tried. I think he intentionally tried to get a touch mid, but just didn't have the boost for it. But it faked him out enough to set up a passing play between Bass and Pickle. 1-0 Surge. Not pinches. Pass mid. Hi-Hi's able to clear. Hi-Hi gonna try to follow. Good pop up by Hi-Hi. Here's Not. With the shot, that's a little wide right. Nate's still there to clear it anyways. Pass mid. Pickle. Can't find Bass. Infinite gets bumped a bit. Bass is able to find it. Doesn't have boost. Just try to pass mid. Good pass for no boost. They're just a weird pinch. Not. Can't get the touch. Here's Hi-Hi. Good block by Pickle. Great read. Pickle has one to beat. But it's Nate. And Nate, so strong on defense, is able to clear. Nate flicks one. Bass able to recover. Here's Bass. Pass mid. Good pass by Bass. And an own goal from the Abyss. I don't even know what happened here. Just unfortunate events for the Abyss. Infinite tried to clear and hit it into her own teammate Hi-Hi. Nothing either of them could really do. Infinite was trying to make a play on the ball, but Hi-Hi just is wrong place, wrong time. And Surge take a 2-0 lead. Pickle pinches. Surge trying to keep this momentum. They tied the series 1-1 in Game 2. Now they're carrying the momentum into Game 3. Abyss need to respond. Here's Nate. Passes it back to Hi-Hi. Hi-Hi can't read it. Nate's able to clear. Here's Bass. Good touch by Bass. Gets around one. Not able to get around Infinite. A good 50. Here's Not. Touches around one. Let's pop straight up. Here's Pickle. Pickle gonna try to double. Can't get it with no boost. Bass pass mid. Cleared by Infinite. Great pass to Nate. Nate with the shot. That's over the bar. Double tap. Can't get it with no boost. Hi-Hi keeps it in. Triple commit by Surge. Bass gets bumped. No one challenging for Abyss. Nate challenges late. Here's Pickle. Pickle around one. Pass mid to Not. Not able to get a good touch. Hi-Hi pinches. Here's Nate. And Hi-Hi 50'd. Infinite gets the save, but it doesn't matter. Pickle able to win the 50. 3-0 Surge. I was sure that I saw that Infinite got a save there, but clearly not. Good 50 by Pickle on Infinite. 236. Straight down. Not. Can't get a touch. Bass is beat by Hi-Hi, but gets the demo. Another demo by Surge on Infinite. Very aggressive. The Surge are playing very aggressive in Game 3. And it's working for them. They're up 3 with 2 minutes 15 left. Here's Nate. Gets the save for that. Interesting. Here's Hi-Hi. Double commit by Surge. It works for Hi-Hi. Gets around all three. The pass mid. Can't get the bump on Pickle. Infinite gets a shot. That's not going to get on net. There's Not. Nate can't keep it in. Hi-Hi's able to get a touch. Infinite and Hi-Hi double commit, but it's a pass mid. No one home. Here's Pickle. Can't get a clean touch. That just drops down to Not. Not's able to beat Nate. Hi-Hi gets the clear. Nate pops over one. Hi-Hi follows. Gets one more touch. Here's Nate with no boost. Gets 50. Here's Pickle. Pickle tries to pass mid. Good 50 by Infinite. Not. Tries to pass mid. Here's Nate. Nate's going to go for the double. Doesn't need to. That just drops straight down top left corner. Everyone was playing the double, but it didn't need it. Just gets a reset on it. I don't even know if he got a reset there, but either way, Abyss make it a 2-goal game with 1:20 left. Weird kickoff won by Hi-Hi. Infinite with the shot. A good designed play by Abyss. 2-3. 1:15 left. Infinite with the shot, and Nate understood his assignment and just went for the bump. (3-2). Abyss clawing back into this game. Slowly but surely. There's Not. It's round one. Nate's able to 50. Pickle. Can't beat Nate. Nate keeps it in. Not tries to clear. Just pops it to Bass. Bass gets over 2. Nate's the last one back. Weird pinch, but Hi-Hi's able to recover. We have a minute left. Surge up 1 in a 1-1 series. Looking for their first technical series win. While the Abyss trying to hold their playoff spot. Hi-Hi gets the shot, and we have a tie game. The Abyss crawl from 3 down. Nate passed to Hi-Hi. 3-3 game, 37 seconds left. Abyss showing some real fight in this third game. Lost game 2 by 1. Then let up 3 straight in game 3. But they fought back. Here's Nate. Can't get around 1. Pickle with a good pop. Hi-Hi's able to read it. Saved a goal. Even though it was incredited with the save. Here's Knot for the lead. What a shot by Knot. 13-second clutch time. Bass with an awesome pass to Knot. And Knot gets up. Nate tries to squishy. Not able to. Knot gets a double. And makes it a 1-goal game with 13 seconds left. Bass wins the kickoff. Surge trying to close game 3. Pickle touches down to the corner. Infinite pass mid. Nate's there for the shot. And Nate with the clutch gene ties the game. 4 seconds left. Back and forth we go. Unbelievable by Nate. The pass from Infinite was perfect as well. Infinite wins kickoff, 2 seconds left. And we're going to a dramatic Game 3 overtime, where both teams look like they had the win, but both of them snatched them from each other. 50 by Nate. Bass, no boost, able to get a touch around 1. Actually touches around 2. Surge have numbers at the moment. Not pass mid. Hi-Hi's able to recover and get the clear. Here's Bass. Booms it with the shot. Infinite with a great save. Go straight down. Not isn't able to get a clean touch, but that's fine. It goes right back to Pickle. Pickle, pass mid. No one home. Infinite gets read by Pickle. Smart play. Here's Bass. Goes to Hi-Hi. Hi-Hi booms downfield. A little double commit from the Surge, but they're able to recover quick. Shot. Tries to go top left is Infinite, but not able to find it. Nate, pass mid to Hi-Hi. The shot, the double commit. And Infinite hits it off the right post. Straight down. Cleared by Pickle. Trying to give Surge some relief on this Abyss pressure. Infinite booms it downfield, keeping the pressure on. And Nate bumps Infinite out of the wall, off the left wall. So unfortunate for them. Just as they had the pressure, it goes right back to the Surge. Pickle. Popped up by Nate. Bass keeps it in. Bass can't get the pinch, but it fakes. Not King. 50 Hi-Hi. Pickle goes to the corner. Not 50s. Nate with no boost. Tries to get around 1. Beats 1. Nate with an open net. And Nate puts a dagger in game 3. No boost clutch for Nate. Beats all 3 of them without boost. Unbelievable play by Nate to take game 3. And Abyss take a 2-1 lead in the series. 1 goal away, 1 series win away from keeping themselves in a playoff spot. What a back and forth game that was. That might be one of the best games of the season so far. Both teams had the game in their hands, and they both coughed it up, and then we went to OT, and the Abyss were able to make a comeback. What will we see in Game 4? Surge trying to get their first series win. Now they have to win 2 straight. Pickle, pass mid. No one home at the moment, not able to try to keep it in. Bass plays it up the right wall. Pickles up. Doesn't get the... Oh, I'm sorry. That was not able to get a clean touch. Pickle 50s. Pressure from the surge early. Here's Pickle. Pops it off the corner. Doesn't really have boost. High's going to clear and reset. Here's Bass. Pops over High. Nate gets demoed by Bass. Knott pops it up. Knott's up. Trying to pass mid. Great touch by Knott, but a save by Nate after being demoed. Good recovery. Infinite can't get around Bass. Bass keeps it in with no boost. Popped up to Nate. Nate hits it off the right wall. That's kept in. High clears. Abyss trying to build some offense in this first minute. High with the pass mid. Pickle's able to clear. Back and forth we go in the first minute of game number 4. Abyss up 2-1 in the series. Knott gets a shot that goes off the right post. Here's Bass. Hits the ceiling. Not able to follow it. Knott will. Hits it off the corner. It's going to go straight down. Knott's going to try to read it. Infinite gets the clear. Pickle keeps it alive. High. Been so good at clearing the ball in this game. Infinite pops it over Knott, but gets demoed in the process. High tries to pop it mid. Pickle's there to clear. Knott able to get around Infinite momentarily. Infinite recovers. High is able to come back and make the save. Pickle steals boost. Here's Bass. Tries to pass mid. Nate's there. Popped mid. Here's High. Trying to clear all of Abyss low boost except Infinite. And Infinite's on the ball. Can't get a touch. Bass pass mid. It rolls off the wall. Knott's going to try to pass back. No one's home for Surge. They had the pressure but weren't able to execute. Here's Pickle. Blocked by Nate. Bass hits off the left wall. No one there. An unfortunate clear. What a series of events for the Abyss. And they take the first goal of game number 4. Infinite just trying to clear, and Bass front flips into the ball, which passes it right to Nate. Unfortunate events for the Surge, but they've got to find a way to fight back. They had full control that first half of that game. They just got to bring that back, and the shots will fall. Here's Pickle. Tries to pop it over. Infinite with a great save. Here's High. Booms it downfield. Knott pops it up. That's a dangerous ball, but is able to play it to the corner. Knott hits it off the wall. Beats Infinite, but that fakes Knott out a bit. Here's Pickle. Recovers nicely. He's able to get the 50. Pickle tries to just pop it straight mid, but just hits it off the left wall instead. Nate is up for the double. Does he have the read? He does not. Here's Bass. Tries to clear. 50 by Pickle. Minute 45 in game 4. Surge fighting to keep this series alive and force a game 5. Abyss win and they keep their playoff spot. Pickle. A trade of demos between Knott and Nate, and Bass is able to clear. High keeps it. Knott booms it down the field to Bass. 1v1. Bass pass mid. Nate's able to recover just in time. Here's Bass. Backflips. Able to keep it. Popped mid. Pickles up. 50 by Nate. Nate, defensive menace this series. Infinite. Pops it off the left wall. Pickle. 50s with a minute left. Bass. 50. That's a weird bounce. Can High read it? Pickle pass mid. Knott's open. Hits it off the right wall. A prime chance for Surge. Just couldn't execute it. And here come the Abyss the other way. Knott gets the save. Playing it slow. Beats one. To Bass. Bass hits it off the right wall. Awkward play for the Surge. That could just roll in and hits off the post. 50 by Pickle. Pressure's on the Surge now with 25 seconds. They need to find a way to score. It's off the right wall. Here's Bass. Off the backboard. Bass with the shot. That goes over the net. Knott can't pinch it mid. 10 seconds left. The Abyss just got to hold on for 10 seconds. Here's Nate. Pop mid. 2 demos. Highs up. Can't double. And that is game. Abyss take game 4 and take the series. Surge, once again, looked really good. They just couldn't execute the shots. They did all the hard stuff. If they could just focus on the execution on the final shots, they are in a great spot. They're still in position to fight for a playoff spot. They're not out of it yet. A great series by both of these teams. And that is going to do it for Week 4's match between the Abyss and the Surge. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for the Waves and the Tempest. Good night.